Students, all of you, very good morning. Today in this session, I am going to teach you, I will explain you in detail regarding to figures of speech. They are the transferred epithets and euphemism, next irony or sarcasm, both are same. In previous classes, in the figures of speech, in previous classes, we have discussed, this is the part 4. We have been completed 3 parts. In first part, I explained you simile, metaphor, two foreign figures of speech, and in the second class, second part, I have explained you personification, metonymy. And then in the previous classes, third part, class number 3, I have explained you 3 figures of speech, apostrophe, hyperbole, synecdoche. Today's class, part number 4, class number 4, I am ready. Before starting this session, I will once again all of you good morning, and please listen carefully. And in this session, this is 7, we have completed 7 figures of speech. This is the 8th one. What is the name of the figures of speech? 8th one. Here all of you see 8th one is in the screen. The name of the figures of speech is transferred epithets. Transferred epithets means we have given some of the definition. First of all, we have studied the definition. In transferred epithets, the qualifying objective is transferred. It is more important. Transferred from a person to a thing, or as in phrases. For example, sleepless night, and sunburned mirth, and melodious plain. These have given the examples in the transferred epithet, and that is the definition. First of all, transferred, the word is more important. Transferred from a person or thing as in phrase. Transferred epithet. Before going to discuss about the transferred epithet, it is one of the figures of speech. And first of all, what is the meaning of epithet? An epithet is a word or phrase which describes the main quality of someone or something. They are usually functions as an adjectives in the expression in the sentences and describing word. Generally, adjectives or describing word describes the nouns and pronouns and tell something about the noun. That is called an adjective. Adjective, transferred epithet, and it is, what is the epithet means? An adjective. It is an adjective. It is a modifier. Usually an adjective or qualifies. When the word modifier is using generally in the adverb, but the verb qualifies or describes or tells something more about the noun. Noun means a person or a place or a thing. It is actually describing word. This is the epithet. Epithet means a describing word, usually an adjective. Okay, after that, transferred epithet means, what is the meaning of transferred epithet? Means the modifier. Modifier means an adjective. It tells something about the noun. Or epithet. Epithet means also an adjective. It qualifies. Is transferred from the noun that is meant to describe to another noun in the sentence. That is more important. Transferred means transferred from the noun to describing another noun in the sentence. For example, we should understand through the examples only. The speaker, these are the examples are there, some of the here. For example, sleepless nights. Night is not a sleepless. The person who is going to bed and he is not able to sleep. Sleepless nights. And wonderful day. Wonderful day. Day is not wonderful. We are enjoying on that day. That is for our wonderful day. Wide-eyed amusement. These are some of the examples. He pointed an angry finger at me. Angry finger. Finger is not angry. That particular person is angry. This is a transferred epithet. Instead of describing one pronoun he, and it describes about the finger. He pointed an angry finger at me. Finger is not angry, but he is angry. He felt angry. He felt angry. And he has anger. The finger is not angry. For example, he looked at him through the concerned eyes. He looked at him at the concerned eyes. But here, it is a modifier, usually an adjective, and qualifies a noun. That means a person or a place or a thing. It is a actually describing word and transferred one noun to another noun. For example, we take one of the word. I had a wonderful day. That means what is the meaning of that word, that sentence? I had a wonderful day. The day is not itself wonderful. You should remember that example. The day is not wonderful. Wonderful day means the day is not wonderful. That night is not sleepless. We are not sleep on that day. Yeah, I have taken the I had a wonderful day. I had a wonderful day. Wonderful day. Wonderful day. The day is not itself wonderful. The transfer epithet, the speaker, I am the speaker. The speaker, I am spending that day more comfortable and enjoyable. I am spending that day more comfortable and enjoyable. Not a day. Day is not enjoying. Day is not more comfortable. The epithet, an adjective, it has functioned an adjective in the context, in the sentence. Wonderful is actually describes the kind of the day the speaker experienced. It is not describing the day. Actually, it did not describe the day, but the speaker, my experience on that day. I enjoyed that day. That is the transferred epithet. And then the main definition of here is the definition is a transferred epithet, shifting. Transfer means what is the meaning of transfer? Shifting. SHIFTING. Shifting or transfer an epithet from its proper subject to another subject associated with. The transfer is the result of the mental operation of the writer, of the speaker. The expression, for example, we take the sleepless pillow. For example, we take the sleepless pillow. SLEEP, sleepless pillow, PILLOW. Sleepless pillow. Pillow is not sleepless. That feelings, it is an inanimate object. It is a thing, it is an object. In this example, I will clarify your doubts. What is the transferred epithet? You should more concentrate in this situation. It is a key point. A sleepless night. The expression, one of the person, I have spent a sleepless night. That is one example. One example is a sleepless pillow. It contains the epithet sleepless. But the epithet is not appropriate to the noun pillow. It is not concerned to pillow. For the sleepless is not the pillow, but the person lying on the pillow, that the epithet sleepless, which is applicable to the man, not pillow. Applicable to the man. Sleepless is applicable for the man, not pillow. But we utter the word, we made a statement, a sleepless pillow. Hey, a relation, however, existence between the man and pillow. As the person who is sleepless is lying on the pillow, a person who is sleepless, a man or person who is sleepless, that is the internal meaning, not pillow. That is the transferred epithet. That is the transferred epithet. It is figuratively expression of that sentence. This is the example of transferred epithet. And then the transferred epithet is also designated a hypallage. Hypallage means hypallage, hypallage, hypallag. Hypallage. What is the meaning of hypallage? This is a Greek word that means interchange. Describing about the man's problem, he is not sleeping that night, but it transferred to inanimate object pillow. That is interchange. That the epithet is transferred from the proper subject to another accompanying thing. The proper subject and the accompanying thing, one associated in the mind of the speaker or author. In the transferred epithet, a epithet or an adjective is generally transferred from the proper subject to those words are inanimate abstract, or inanimate or abstract. That is more important. We applied this adjective, this quality, inanimate object, or abstract object. That is the transferred epithet. Living being, from living being to and non-living being. That is more important. For example, we take one of the example. Today I am giving very little examples. Small. I did not give a lot of examples. Some of the examples you should understand. For example, transferred epithet is a figurative language. One of the person gave a statement. For example, I passed a busy life. For example, myself, I passed a busy life. Their life is not busy. You should understand. But myself is busy. Not life is not busy. The epithet is, however, transferred from the person, myself, to the life. That is the transferred epithet. You should understand. That is the transferred. Epithet means by name or descriptive or designated or nickname, descriptive term, that the term is added someone's name that becomes part of common usage. Alexander the Great, it is an epithet. For example, it is a word or a phrase which describe the main quality of someone or something. Epithets are usually adjective, like happy, that describes a noun or a person. Transferred epithet is when the adjective is transferred to a different noun. That is more important. Different noun. Like happy birthday. Happy birthday means actually we enjoy on that day. We are very happy. We have been entertainment on that day. Not day is not happy. For example, the children had joyous ride. Ride is not joyous. Actually, ride is not joyous. We are entertaining the ride with great enthusiasm. And then it is the meaning of the epithet transferred. It is a figurative speech, figurative language, and you should I wish you should understand that epithet transferred a figurative speech. It is the eighth one, and we go to the next figures of speech is the ninth one, that is the euphemism. Euphemism is by using euphemism we speak in agreeable or favorable terms. Agreeable or favorable term of some person or object or event which is ordinarily considered unpleasant and disagreeable. In the place of unpleasant and disagreeable, we are ordinarily considered. We don't hurt anyone. He is telling us a fairy tale. For example, they have given the one of the example here in this. He is telling us a fairy tale. We don't hurt them. We are telling us. It is a. Why did they have given this example? He is telling us a fairy tale. Fairy, it is a positive meaning. Fairy means. But fairy tale. But we should not hurt. A mild or indirect, it is a euphemism means a mild or indirect expression, indirect expression, and substantiate for a considered to be too harsh, without harsh. We should not use harsh language or blunt language and referring to something or unpleasant, embarrassing disability in polite way, polite, P-O-L-I-T, in polite way. You are telling a lie. He may be hurt. When using the harsh language or blunt language, or we should indirectly, in a polite way, you are telling us a fairy tale. You are telling us a fairy tale. That is the euphemism. A word euphemism means generally used in the context of sexual affairs and death. The human body. We are discussing about the human body when we are talking about. On that time we are using the euphemism. A word or phrase used to avoid saying an unpleasant or offensive words. We should not use unpleasant and unpleasant or offensive words. Offensive, O-F-F-E-N-C, offensive words. We should not use offensive words. Why? Because the words may be hurt them. The words may be disappoint them. That's why directly we are not. We are indirectly. We are indirectly substantiate a word, a pleasant word. A pleasant word we have to select to ask them. He has fallen asleep. He is dead. Directly he is dead. It is offensive, unpleasant or rude. He has fallen asleep. He has fallen asleep means he has died. That is the euphemism. Euphemism, for example, we should not unpleasant or offensive words. For example, senior citizen. He is a retired lecturer. He is a senior citizen. Senior citizen means retired means already he has completed 60 years and retired. That means he was a old. He was an old man. He old person. It may be hurt. It is in offensive language or unpleasant situation, unpleasant language, embarrassing. That on the time, what do we say in polite way? He is a senior citizen. It is a euphemism for a old man. Senior citizen. Euphemism is a polite word or expression that is used to refer things which people may find upset and embarrassing to talk about. Upset. They may not be upset. They may not be embarrassing. It is in the way of polite term. substitute alternative word. We should select an alternative word, which is a very polite way. For example, he has fallen asleep. Here one example is there. He has departed. What is the meaning of departed? Departed. What is the meaning of departed? It is a euphemism. The figurative language, someone has departed means someone has died. To replace phrasing that would otherwise be considered harsh language, impolite language, unpleasant language, we are avoiding in the euphemism. Using the figurative language, figurative speech, euphemism, all these avoiding. Harsh language, impolite language, unpleasant language. For example, it is used, it is considered indirectly when discussing, when talking about in the context of death or sex or aging or bodily functions. Those concepts, those contents in that situation, so we are using mostly euphemism, which is a figurative language, figurative speech. For example, so many words are there in polite way, in pleasant way. What are the words for death? Passed away. An old man passed away. Passed away means he was died. He is dead. He kicked the world, an old man kicked the bucket. Kicked the bucket means also he is dead. He has departed. He lost his life. He has gone. He has lost. He is resting in the peace. He is resting in peace. That means he is resting in the peace means he is dead. He was dead. That means we are not using offensive language, impolite language, unpleasant language, harsh language. We are using a polite language without hurt them. That is more important. Use of the agreeable or inoffensive words to replace a rude or offensive things. To replace inoffensive words, polite way of speaking we are doing. For example, the figurative euphemism is it is a figures of speech which means an expression which the words are not used rhetorical sense. Therefore, euphemisms are classified as the language which is use of words in an unusual or imaginative manner. For example, he passed away, already I discussed, he has died. He is between jobs. For example, we take he is between the jobs. I have written here in the screen, on the screen. He is between jobs. He is between jobs. What is the meaning of euphemism? It is figuratively used euphemism. Euphemism has been used here. He is between the job. That means he is an unemployed person. He is an unemployed. That is he is between jobs. But it is a very polite thing. For example, one person has been suspended. He has resigned our commission. That means he has been sacked. What is the meaning of sacked? What is the meaning of sacked? S-A-C-K-E-D, sacked. Sacked means dismissed from the employment. But what did we say? He may be hurt. We utter the words. He has resigned our commission, our job. One more example. He has a little thin on top. What is the meaning of little thin? Little thin. Little, L-I-T-T-L-E. Little thin. Thin. T-H-A. Thin opposite to thick. He is a little thin on top. That means he is losing. He is losing his hair. He has a bald head. What is the meaning of bald? Bald head. Little thin means bald head. Bald head means someone who has no hair on his head. That is called bald head. That is called bald head. That is the meaning of the euphemism. Euphemism is very a comfortable language without hurting anyone. For example, he is big boned, big boned, big boned, B-I-G, big boned. What is the meaning of big boned? He is very fat. That is the meaning of the big boned. For example, he is horizontally challenged, horizontally challenged, horizontally challenged. What is the meaning of horizontally challenged? Horizontally challenged means challenged means she is horizontally challenged. She is fat woman, too fat, obesity, too fat woman, horizontally fat. For example, he is vertically challenged. Vertically challenged means he is very short, vertically challenged means. For means he is getting on. He is getting on means she is old. She come old. He is getting up, getting on. This is the examples of the euphemism. Euphemism you should understand through the examples. Examples are more important. That we should not hurt anyone with using the impolite language, harsh language, or unpleasant language, embarrassing language. But for example, banda oven, O-V-E-N, oven, banda oven means she is pregnancy. That is the meaning of that. For example, in the classroom, one student stand up and indicate a finger, an index finger. That means number one means urination. Number one means what is the number one means urination. Number one means urination. He wanted to go to the urination. Number two, defecation. Defecation means, what is the meaning of the defecation? Defecation. What is the meaning of the defecation? Defecation are the process of contents of the bowels out of the body to discharge from our anus. That is the defecation. That is the number two. Roll in the hay. Roll in the hay means sex. Roll in the hay. Roll in the hay. You should screen stop. Roll in the hay means sex. That is the meaning of sex. See a man about a horse go to the bathroom. And senior means old, economically challenged. Economically challenged means he is economically challenged. He is a poor. Physically challenged, he is handicapped. Between jobs, unemployed. Big boned, overweight. Big boned, you should understand. She is big boned. B-O-N-N. Big boned means big boned means overweight. Slipped, divorce, enhanced interrogation. That means torture. Well off, rich. Correctional facility. What is the meaning of correctional facility? Correctional facility. It is pronounced facility. What is the meaning of correctional facility? Correctional facility means prison or jail. Thin on top, bald head. This is the vocabulary belongs to the euphemisms. Be economical with the truth. Economical with the truth means you should tell me the lie. Economically with the truth, economical truth. You should economical truth. You conceal the truth, and that means tell a lie. Be on an gardening leave. That means unemployed. Be wearing your apron high. She is wearing apron high means she is pregnant. Bad flower, cemetery. We know cemetery, burial ground. Cemetery, a dead body. Butt table chair, chronologically challenged. Late, close the moment, make futile efforts, collateral damage, accidental death. Comfort woman. What is the meaning of comfort woman? What is the meaning of comfort woman? Comfort woman means prostitute. Prostitute. Prostitute, that means prostitution. Who is doing prostitution? Empty our bowels, to defecate. To defecate means to discharge our contents from anus. Effecate. That is means do your business. What is the meaning of do your business? Do your business. Do your business. Extra sauce నుంచి lava. Full of the frank discussions, drunk. Full of the frank, who is full of the frank discussion involved? He tells everything when he was drunkard. That is the meaning of that one. This do. That means we should understand horizontally gymnastic used to describe having sex. Horizontally gymnastic. They are horizontally gymnastics means that means what is the meaning used to describe having sex? They are having sex. Intellectually challenged means stupid person. Stupid person. Knowing shop, a brothel. What is the meaning of knowing shop? Brothel. Brothel means a place where prostitution commonly takes place. That is the brothel. A place where people engage in sexual activity, which prostitution, it is a brothel. That is euphemism language is knowing shop. Lose your marbles. Suffer a mental illness. Nose favors smells. On the street means homeless. Partially proficient means not very qualified. Self-service means masturbate. Self-service means masturbate. A self-pleasing in touching and rubbing parts of our body for sexual pleasure such as the penis or clitoris. That is the masturbation. That is called, we should use you are doing self-service. That is the meaning of the self-service. That is the meaning of the self-service. And then we should, you should understand all these things. Regarding to this euphemism, I should clarify. I think, I hope all the students must understood euphemism about a figurative language, a figurative speech. It is the 9th one. And then we go to the next one. We go to the next one. What is the next one? That is the 10th one in this session. After that I completed this class. Please patiently listen to me and understand each and every one. In this topic we have completed 10 figures of speech. This one is irony or sarcasm. Irony or sarcasm. Irony or sarcasm in this mode of speech is one of the figurative language or figures of speech. The real meaning of words used are different from the intended meanings. Real meaning, intended meanings. This is more important. 2 words are. The child of cobbler has no shoe. Cobbler means they are making a number of shoes. A lot of shoes are there. But he has no, his child has no shoes. This is the irony. The child of cobbler has no shoe. It is one of the example. Irony or sarcasm, both are commonly same. Irony, the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite typically of humorous and emphatic effect. Emphatic, the use of words to express something other than especially the opposite or the literal meaning. Opposite of the literal meaning. Opposite of the literal meaning. Opposite of the literal meaning. Ironic expression, ironic utterance. It is one of the wit and humorous. Sarcasm, it is a satire. It is a satire, repartee, mockery, ridicule. Means a mode of expression intended to arouse an amusement. Repartee, power of amusing, quickly, pointedly or wittily. Dramatic irony, tragic irony, comic irony, verbal irony. That means here sarcasm also has given. Irony and sarcasm. A conversational device characteristic by saying the opposite what one means. The speaker mocking. Mocking means, what is the meaning of mocking in sarcasm? It is over, mocking. M-O-C-K, mocking. Mocking, the speaker mocking themselves or aimed at someone else in teaching manner. That is the sarcasm, teaching manner. A slight difference is it is only a teaching manner. We are uttering the words, we are stating the words, which one is there before us, in front of us. Sarcasm means teaching and mockery. That is, what is the meaning of the mocking? Mocking fun of someone or something in a cruel way. Mocking behavior. Mocking behavior, laughing at someone or something in an unkind way. They treated him as a foolish or inferior. That's why they are mocking and teaching. That is the sarcasm. Irony. Irony is a linguistic and literary device is spoken in a spoken form or a written form in which rich meaning is concealed or contradicted. And speaker's intention is to opposite to what he or she is saying. A character stepping out into a hurricane. For example, one example is there. What is the example? Please, it is not possible to write here. I will read down. Please listen carefully. Through this example, you should understand what is the irony. Irony means here we should clarify our doubt through the one of the example. Only single example is enough. For example, a character, a person is stepping out into a hurricane. He came out from the dangerous and saying, what did we say? What nice weather we are. It is called irony. Hurricane means a storm or violent wind, a tropical cyclone. It is included cyclone in the Caribbean. It is a rain, thunder and lightning. A character, a person is stepping out into a hurricane. He is from dangerous. On the situation, what do you say? What nice weather we are. It is the irony. It is the irony. This means irony, for example, three kinds of ironies are there in a figurative language. Situational irony, dramatic irony, verbal irony. The example is verbal irony. Situational irony. What is the meaning of situational irony? When actual result of the situation is totally different from when you would expect the result to be different result. For example, a family spends a lot of time and a lot of money. Why did you spend that lot of money and time? They are planning elaborate surprise birthday party for their mother. All the sons are arranged to celebrate their mother's birthday, to show her how much they care. We are caring our mother. They wanted to show to the public. They have been arranging. But it turns out opposite, her birthday is not. Turns out no one knows. No one knows the birthday is in the next month, and none of them knew the correct date. No one cares enough to remember her birthday. That is the situational irony. Dramatic irony means when the audience knows a key piece of information, audience knows when they are seeing the drama, that a character is in play or movie or novel does not. The character does not know. The character, he does not know who is playing that particular action, that person he does not know. Don't go there during a scary movie. Verbal irony tends to be, it is a funny, verbal irony is for the using of the funny incidents. Situational irony for the funny and tragic. Dramatic irony is often mainly tragic. That is important. And situational irony, a fire station, for example, through the examples we should understand. A fire station burns down. How it is burns? A fire station, fire officers are protecting other buildings, other houses to stop the fire. Their fire station burns down. It is the ironic expression. The marriage counselor, what is the duty of the marriage counselor? He arranged the both bridegroom and bride, and their parents discussing, and should arrange the alliance also. They get married. But the marriage counselor files for divorce. He himself applied for divorce. It is the ironic expression. The police gets robbed. What is the duty of the police? Without robbing in the village or in public, they are protecting our houses. But the police himself, they themselves get robbed. For example, pilot. A pilot has a fear of heights. Is it possible? Pilot he is driving or aeroplanes. The pilot has a fear of height. It is like an ironic statement. An English teacher has poor grammar. It is not possible to teach the English teacher without grammatical knowledge. It is the irony. The cobbler children have no shoes. Cobblers have many children. Already we have discussed. Looking, the police officer gets his license suspended. Unpaid parking ticket. He is giving parking ticket, but he himself suspended unpaid tickets. That is the ironic. And for example, looking at son's messy room, mom says, their mother's step. We go to that room, the children room, that is messy room. On that time, mom said about her child. It is very dirty, messy. Wow! You could win an award for cleanliness. In indirect way, it is an ironic expression. A small child does not flush the toilet, for example. He went to the toilet, he does not flush the toilet. On that time, what is the mother say? He is not criticizing. Ironic way, he said, in figurative language, I really appreciate when you flush the toilet. Thanks you for your remembering your manners. Thank you for your remembering manners. It is the ironic expression. In dramatic tragic, in the scary movie, the character goes into the house, they thinks empty, but the audience knows the killer is in the house. This is the ironic, dramatic tragic. This increases the surprise to the audience. Coming into an empty theater and asking, it is too crowded. Stating during the thunderstorm. Thunderstorm is there, but we utter the statement in ironic way. Beautiful weather we are having. Describe someone who says foolish things. You are a genius. Delivering a good news by saying the bad news. These are all ironic expressions that we say. Irony is associated with tragedy and humor. Others can use irony to make their audience Stop and thinking about what has just been said. Emphasize a central idea. A multi-paged literary device. The irony is, the writer used to point out the discrepancy between the reality, how things appear, or what was expected. Dramatic irony creates a suspense or tension for the audience. That is more important. Dramatic irony, suspense, tension in the audience. It is often confused with the sarcasm. What is the difference? I have already explained you. The difference is sarcasm between the irony, slight difference there. Both are, while the two are similar, in sarcasm there is a strong or intent ridicule or mock, often harshly. That is more important. Criticize and hurt someone's feelings in a humorous way, in a satirical way. Satire, that is important. Sarcasm, satirical way means, I will conclude you, it is ending, before going to end the classroom. Last example, related to the sarcasm. Sarcastic statement is, when someone does something wrong, my child has done in the home. What did you say? Very good, well done. Instead of criticizing him, we should utter the statement in the sarcastic way, even though he has done something mistake. Sarcastic statement or remark, very good my boy, well done my boy. That is the sarcasm. That is the satirical way. Okay, my dear students, before end up or wind up this classroom, my suggestion, all of you, so much material is there in the books or internet, but explanation, reading the books, reading the text regarding to any topic, you should not be able to understand. First of all, the teaching of the gurus or mentors or tutors or professors or teachers or lecturers, you should listen carefully, attentively. After listening, you should study a number of books, the same topics, you refer the authentic books. Then only you should grasp, you should understand the internal meaning of that figures of speech. Figures of speech is related to English literature. Every lesson, every poetry, every prose, every drama, novels, wherever you see, when we observe the sentences, these are all figures of speech are included in that writing or piece of writing. Thank you everyone once again, and we will see again in the next class. In this class, it is the fourth one. In this class, I have completed 10 10 figures of speech. Thank you, one and all.